Hello, hello. I am Beth Porter of Earth and Ether, and I am just recording this quick video today to go along with the blog post that I wrote about calling in, like how to align yourself with co-creation and creation of the month ahead that you desire to experience. So, what I mean by that is, what are the energies of the month that we're entering November right now. And so I know that Thanksgiving is in this month and we're getting close to the end of the year and the season is changing and all of that stuff. It's a moment for us to get intentional and present with what we want to really experience in this life, right? So one of these practices that I've been doing that I'm doing right now is super fun. Really wanted to share. It's not only fun, it's really effective. So it is really just celebrating the month ahead now. So choosing to celebrate all the things that occurred for you in this month, all the ways that you handled yourself, all the ways, like if you know that there's conflict that might be coming up, again, we're in November, so there's like, family time that might bring up some discomfort for people or, things like that. Just kind of like taking stock of like how you dealt with, how you handled everything, and taking a moment to get into the energy of like almost, it's not predicting the month, but from the pieces that you sort of already know that are there, plus the things that you would desire to experience and kind of like put in there, fill in the gaps of creating that energy and come to it from a celebratory space. So I wrote some journal prompts in here. I really love journaling, but I know that there's some of my clients aren't really a big fan of journaling. So you don't have to write these things out. What I recommend is just recording a voice note for yourself or using the Otter app, OTTER.ai. You can get an app to do some, it's like note taking and record yourself like creating this scenario. And I wrote some questions. So just like getting into a quiet space, taking a moment to center yourself and get into your heart. And then, you know, writing down, like asking, okay, what did I experience this month? Like if I am creating the month of my dreams, what do I want to experience? And what did I create? What did I let go of? What areas of my life, um, went through school, like received gifts or upgrades or refinement? If I'm working on relationship stuff, like how did I interact with my partner differently? If I'm working with a coach, what are the goals that I achieved with that coach? If I am looking to do a big presentation, I wrote about this part. If I know I have a big presentation at work, how did I show up to that presentation? How did I prepare? How did I feel while I was doing it? How did people receive it? Like create your ideal scenario of what all of that could look like. Some other questions I had were, how present were you? How did you allow yourself to receive support? How did you handle the tricky things that came up for you? What did you commit to change? What were you devoted to? It's almost like taking yourself and putting yourself at the end of the month and being like reflecting on it, but you're choosing now how you'd like to reflect on your life from this point. Does that make sense? So our subconscious mind doesn't really understand time. Time isn't really a thing. So we can choose to plant ourselves wherever we'd like on our journey, forward or backward, and or in the now, and kind of bring everything into the present. So sort of just like playing with that. And let's see, what are you proud of? Any achievements, any big or small. For me, I struggle to set my sights on goals that like seem really juicy on the outside, but don't really have a substance on the inside. And I'm always surprised by what actually gets me excited. And oftentimes it sometimes isn't the energy of excitement that's there, it's more the energy of satisfaction. So like, for example, when I'm like setting financial goals, instead of saying, okay, I have to make this much money, what I get more excited about or like what feels more satisfying to me is, okay, I know that all of my bills are paid and I have more. I know that my credit card is always taken care of and I have more, instead of saying that I need to make like, X amount of dollars each month. So anyway, start to like notice what actually gets you jazzed. Like I am a Virgo rising, organized, free, calendar loving person. So like I like to align this with the beginning of the month instead of aligning it with like a moon cycle. But like other people, choose the space that makes sense for you, right? That is actually in alignment, which is really what integrity is, like being in integrity with your own energy around this. Okay, I can keep talking forever, but I'm trying to make this quick. Um, yeah, and then how did you experience desire? What did that look like for you in this month? Um, so yeah, I'm really excited. Today is October 31st. I'm going to be doing this exercise tomorrow morning and just super pumped to dive into it for the month of November. So then the next step, once you've cultivated all of this and you get yourself all like amped up and jazzed and just like, fuck yeah, this is going to be a really great month. Like I'm really, really pumped. And, for me, we know that like life comes with a lot, of ups and downs, right? So making sure that you write something in there or, tune into um, ways that you handled, the kind of like sticky, tricky, maybe any disappointment that came up or any fear or doubt or worry, like include that in there so that you've got almost like this roadmap of like, okay, if I'm like choosing how I respond to life, this is the way I would picture it. And then I'm just going to choose to be in that energy and cultivate that a little bit more. So anyway, once you have that, step two is to tune back in and ask for a tangible tool to anchor this energy and to like remind you of this energy. It's like this isn't for me, at least in my practice, it's not about like setting it and forgetting it. It's actually about like setting it and having a relationship with it and continuing to have a relationship with it so that I can see when things are aligning in my life. Like it's almost like I can see the universe rearranging my life and putting everything in order when I'm like connected to it more, right? Which then helps me build the belief and backs what is actually coming in. And by coming in, I don't always mean material things. I do mean like how I related to my husband differently when we had an argument, like, really getting nitty gritty about like how energy shifts can occur. So, I say like ask your crew. So what I mean by that is, your heart, your guides, your higher self, God, universe, spirit, whatever really aligns for you, connect into that space and just ask. And for me, when I journal, a lot of this comes out very easily. And it comes out easily because I write the first thing that comes up, no matter how stupid it sounds. And I kind of open the floodgates for everything else to come forward. So just trust what comes through for you and ask additional questions. If you're like, I don't know what that means, just be like, can you please explain that more clearly? Um, and then commit to utilizing that tool. Or you can even ask, like, how often should I use this tool? Right. And I can't tell you what this needs to be for you. So I think that you just knowing that whatever comes up for you is unique to you and let it be that. I can give you some examples, which I wrote in the blog post. But it can be something as silly as like, yeah, it's time to change your bedtime routine or eat this for breakfast. Like I've gotten that, like shift up your breakfast a little bit, or, it's time to have smoothie bowls for lunch and put in all of the like spend time chopping. A lot of times I'm getting guidance to like slow down and be here, which I think a lot of people are. And so taking time to nourish myself. And so I've gotten the guidance like 2 weeks ago to like make smoothie bowls and to like chop, bananas and strawberries like each day to like put it on the smoothie bowl and like let it be beautiful. And like that is a tool that brings me into the energy that I've already set that said and stated and claimed that I'm cultivating. Does that make sense? Um, some other anchoring tools that I've had have been like just commit to a journaling practice, like wake up at 4:30. Like I get that a lot. Or it will just start happening for me. I really loved doing this last winter, but it was like bring sea salt into your daily showers. So like just put it all over your body, sea salt, get under the water, let it like cleanse and envision it like pulling away any energy that's not yours, any inauthentic energies, just letting them fall away, and then like I would talk to myself a bunch and talk to my guides like in the shower, and it was really great. Um, write out affirmations, put a reminder on your phone at a certain time to like get up and dance while being in the energy of this month's celebrations. Like let it be whatever comes through for you. And just be like, all right, that's going to be the tool that I use. And that can shift and change throughout the month. what I found is like the more I just trust the little thing and go with it, it continues to like snowball and builds more trust and more ideas. And then I hear more things. And then I can just like really navigate, life from a place of here and now instead of trying to, how do I want to say it? Like predict like how I should be 6 steps down the line. Like I get to just rest in knowing, okay, I'm okay, I've done everything that I need to do. So my job is to be present. My job is to be here and, you know, be in gratitude and appreciation and excitement for the life that I'm creating, because that's what cultivates more of that energy. And again, we're not spiritually bypassing, definitely deal with and navigate the things that are hard, because that will happen, right? That's not definitely not skipping that part of life. But navigating, like choosing how you'd like to navigate those things. I choose that like when something shitty comes up, I can go to the bathroom, wash my hands, set an intention to like release and have more clarity around how to navigate that situation. Like you get to choose how this gets to work for you. So anyway, I would love to hear. I'm speed talking because I have to leave here in a couple of minutes to go to a workout class, but I really wanted to, while my energy was hot on it, I really wanted to come in here and record this. So I'd love to hear how this lands for you. And yeah, if you want to share with me what you're calling in this month, I'd love to hear that too. All right, until next time.